2, 1. Yes, Lola! Jeg vant! Yes! Jeg vant! Nei, det der er juks. Hva da? Ja, det er juks. Tror du det er regler her? Ja! Hva tror du, liksom? Altså, det der er bare juks. Det der går ikke. Jeg aksepterer ikke å tape på noe sånt. Ok, så prøv på ditt da.
Stand 1,000 trials, the strong will never fall.
Once upon a time, there was a web drama made strictly for 16-year-old girls in Norway. It was made in Norwegian, a language spoken by less than 0.1% of the world's population. The drama was told with a deep respect for the target audience. The story was published every day through video clips, chats, and social media updates. The web drama became a huge hit among teenage girls in the country up north. The love story between Isak and Even was the next level for our web drama. It hit a nerve among teenagers tired of old stereotypes and a narrow-minded view of love. You know, everything is love. The message was especially important for 19-year-old Jonathan. Finally, he could come out and be himself. But Isak and Even also led the series to cross the borders of other countries because they showed a world with less homophobia and intolerance. And then Isak and Even were voted TV's top couple 2017 by the readers of E-Online. Isak, as the fans love to call them, got something like 3 million votes. Young people around the globe needed to see this relationship. And they instantly knew that what they saw was true. But that wasn't the only thing. Sana, the main character in season 4, was important to young people in countries such as Russia, Turkey, the United States, France, and China. She had one foot in Western culture and the other in her faith. The Muslim protagonist went straight to the audience's heart. And Vanity Fair asked, is Skam the future of television? The fader simply stated that the whole planet was obsessed by this Norwegian teen drama. But what amused us the most was probably this one: Icelandic teenagers trying to learn Norwegian some 700 years after the two languages separated. The question was, and still is, how did we end up with all this? During the spring of 2014, our commissioner gave us a task: make something that will bring teenagers back to NRK, because that was obviously a problem. We soon turned to web drama, a format developed and produced by our kids department for almost a decade. Sara, the first generation of web drama, was a result of the fierce competition from Disney Channel at the time. The idea was to make a story close to the everyday lives of young girls. NRK couldn't match the budget or the escapism of Hannah Montana. But we could make something real. Stories that were so close to the kids' lives, it didn't feel like fiction. Julie Andem have been part of all these projects. She learned from working with a target audience you can never fool. She got clever working with a young cast, and to use her own words, she earned a master's degree in web drama. With Skam, the budget was still on a shoestring, but she received lots of freedom. From the beginning, the project was more or less organized as a startup inside the old walls of NRK. In the process of making Skam, our team was dedicated to research for months. Looking back, this is one of the main reasons for the success. The main researcher was a 25-year-old girl. She was hanging out at schools, seeing school plays, visiting youth drama groups. She spent hours on Instagram and Snapchat. Social media is a great way to get to know 16-year-olds and understand the humor, communication form, and language. The researchers also read everything they could find with statistics, articles, blogs, and other pieces written by or about teenagers. We also did 50 in-depth interviews based on NABC method. Since 2007, NRK has used this method to develop new formats and ideas. NABC stands for needs, approach, benefits, and competition. It is designed to find an individual's needs and a way to fulfill them. Skam is inspired by NABC, but we went broader in research than to just a single person. We researched the entire target group and interviewed key people from different social standings and environments. Who is the 16-year-old? What is she dreaming about? What complexes does she have? What does she need? It was a quest for a deeper truth rather than research into superficial facts. After all this research, the development team wrote a mission statement that has been the backbone of the project and permeates the entire production. It starts with defining the needs and goes on to show the approach to meet those needs. Shame aims to help 16-year-old girls strengthen their self-esteem through dismantling taboos, making them aware of interpersonal mechanisms, and showing them the benefits of confronting their fears. This is public broadcasting in a pure and modern form. Our main platform wasn't Facebook or YouTube. It was Skam, P3.no. Here we published short videos almost every day when we were in season. The videos were published in real time. So the scenes from the school would be published during daytime, and the party scenes would be published at nighttime. Sounds logical, right? On the same platform, we published chats between the different characters. This was also an important part of the storytelling, and it made Skam kind of unique. And each Friday, the videos were put together as a full episode on NRK's web TV and linear TV. Out of total screen rating of 1.1 million per episode, 98% of the viewing was done by streaming. We would also use other platforms. All the characters would have their own Instagram accounts, run by our web producer. There could also be films on YouTube. This made the storytelling more complex and exciting. You could dive deep into the universe and really get to know the characters and the different storylines. The social media account would also be a way of getting to know the audience and build trust. As producers, we would be at eye level with the fans. And the fan would feel ownership to Skam. As a consequence, a huge PR campaign with billboards and promos would be wrong. So Julie told the rest of NRK that traditional marketing would be out of the question. Skam's comment field is unusually vivid. The audience is given an opportunity to participate, and in turn, is a big part of the user experience. Skam would have been a far poorer series without this element. The Skam fans own the series as much as NRK does. The common field was also the start of what has turned into a huge global fan culture. There's now an endless amount of fan pages where Skam is translated, discussed, cultivated, and remixed. Like these girls posing as Vilde, Nora, Eva, Chris, and Sana on Facebook. And as postdoc Vilde Skanke Sunde pointed out in her research, the involvement of the fans turned Skam into a continuous global live event. Here's the Skam blog to the left, the activity on the 5 other platforms. This specific day is the product of the fans. It's pretty amazing. This guy, Kai Su, translated Skam into Chinese together with his friend Michael. They didn't get paid, and they didn't even get a permission from NRK. They were both students at the university in Beijing. Kai was studying Norwegian, and Michael was studying Chinese. Together, they were making Skam available to millions of Chinese fans that happened to not understand Norwegian. Fan art is another side of this huge phenomenon. In South Korea, Soo Kyung-han started to draw her own Skam scenes. She then published them on her Instagram account. In April, the first clip of Skam Season 4 came out. And here's an interesting scene.
Jeg sen?
Vi ferdig, vi.
Nei. Sorry, jeg loka. Jeg tok
Hva hadde du ikke
tikken
tatt
i
mer?
feil retning og...
Ja, den har jeg hørt før, altså. Jeg har hørt før, altså. Hva da?
Tikken i feil retning.
I feil retning. Du?
The ring was now complete. Art copying fan art included in the series. This was fandom heaven, and a playful way to interact with the audience. Apart from Skam being a brilliant series, there could also be some external factors to the success. Consider these 3. The first one, Scandinavia is a high-tech corner of the world. Everyone has a smartphone and everyone has internet, and it's been like this for a long time. This gives us benefits in terms of both publishing and consumption. It is no coincidence that Spotify is Swedish and Kygo coming from Bergen. Scandinavia leads the way in streaming, and Skam is part of the same wave. Just as Kygo comes out of the streaming era, Skam comes from a new way to watch TV. Second, the world is more global than ever before. A Norwegian series can be a success in Turkey and China. National media in all countries are experiencing a massive competition from global giants. But by being smart and risky, we can make a difference on the international scene. And third, Norway is a country on the outskirts of Europe. This is not the center of everything edgy and vibrant. I'm sorry to say. But with Skam, our culture, with liberal values, individual freedom, a healthy economy, and gender equality, is perceived as exciting and attractive. That's an interesting observation, I think. Okay, so there will be a remake of Skam in the US. That's pretty cool. But maybe the most valuable thing we can bring onto the global table is the values at the heart of the series. In a time of confusion and intolerance, it seems more important than ever to create content that displays diversity, and a society with we values rather than us and them attitude. As the political editor in the conservative Norwegian daily Aftenposten suggested a week ago, in 2017, Sana, Isak, Nora, William, Eva, and all the others in the Skam squad are the ultimate export of Norwegian values. Sana is not only a girl in a hijab. She's a strong individual that needs to confront her fears and find her way. It is not easy, not in Skam, and not in everyday life.
Noen får snakke mye bak min rygg. Snakker mye på mobilen, får seg på den og de sløser på lyden. Forandring må skje, vet det er klisjé. Det er ikke fyll, så sett deg ned og hør på når jeg gjør min ting.
Du hater hängen oss, du.
god fest! Bare seng, eller? Jeg bare sier det. Vi lager deg. Hallo? Hei, hvor er du?
Shit, jeg glemte det. Jeg måtte hjelpe Nora med noe.
Hvor er dere nå, da?
Vi er på banen. Vi er på vei til en fest. Jeg kan høre hva du tenker.
Så jeg tenker at det vil være mye lettere for deg hvis du var sammen med folk som var mer lik deg.
Jeg klarer å ha norske venninner og samtidig være meg selv.
Ok. Da stoler jeg på deg. Ses hjemme da.
The fairy tale of Skam is now over here in Norway, I'm sorry to say. But where will the story go from here? Will there be another chapter? Will the fans in China write and produce season 5, maybe? From the heartfelt confessions of the fans, we know Skam will live on in people's hearts for years to come. And when it comes to the series' footprint on the international media scene, I feel pretty confident we have only begun to see the start. Takk for at du ville høre på meg. Thanks for listening.